Greetings, booktubers, and welcome back to Grammaticus Books. What we got online for you guys here today is a quick channel update that I should get up and released on Monday. But first and foremost, I wanted to take the time to thank everybody who has gone out and checked out the videos and or left comments and or subscribed. I do sincerely appreciate it, really I do. So what's the big news on the channel here? Well, the big news is it looks like that either in the very near future, in about 2 weeks from now, or in the mid-range future, in the early spring, that Grammaticus Books will be making that mandatory booktuber pilgrimage to the Brattle Book Shop in downtown Boston. Got to head out that direction to check out where my daughter's relocating out there. She recently made a trip, and when she made her trip out there, she said, "Dad, is there anything I should check out?" And I said, "Why, yes. As a matter of fact, there is. There's this great bookstore downtown called the Brattle. You should go and give it a look." So she did, and then she calls me back and she goes, "Dad, this place is amazing. This is the best bookstore that I've ever been into. It's fantastic." In fact, she liked it so much that at the end of their trip, they squeezed in a second visit back to the Brattle to try and go through it again and find some more books. So it does appear to live up to all the hype. It is all that plus a bag of chips. And hopefully I can get out there in the next 2 weeks, or if not then, in the spring. And when I do, I will definitely give you guys the complete rundown on the Brattle bookstore. So that's the big news on the Brattle, the possible pilgrimage coming up here either soon or relatively soon. The other big news is that I recently uploaded the first shorts onto the channel for their videos. So go check out the shorts and see what you think of those. One of those shorts was a visit that I did yesterday to a bookstore called McKay's, which is personally the largest used bookstore I've ever been into. Give you guys a big shot of it from up above, taking a look at it. I'm sure that there are bigger bookstores out there, but this is the biggest one that I've ever seen. And while I was at McKay's, of course I had to buy some books. So I'll give you a little bit of a book haul interlude here. The first book I picked up was Fred Saberhagen's Berserker Planet. And that's book number 3 in the Berserker series. So that fills in my gap between Berserker Book 1, Brother Assassin Book 2, and Berserker Man Book 4. So now I've got the complete series of 1 through 4. So that was a nice little find right there. Berserker Planet by Fred Saberhagen. I do enjoy the Berserker series. The second book I got was Berserker Man by Fred Saberhagen. You're saying, but Grammaticus, you already have a copy of Berserker Man, which I do right here. But if you take a look at these, you'll notice that the cover on this one, the one I just bought at McKay's, is much more vibrant and colorful than this one. So I bought this one basically just for the cover. And the cover is a Boris Vallejo painting. It's a spectacular painting. I love it. I would love to have that in a poster. It's just classic vintage science fiction cover artwork. So that's why I grabbed that one, just for the cover. The next book that I picked up was Jack Vance, The Languages of Pow. I know absolutely nothing about this book, but if you watch BookPilled, who's a great booktuber, I really enjoy BookPilled's booktube channel. He always says, you ever come across Jack Vance in the wild, always buy Jack Vance. So I followed his advice. I have Jack Vance, The Language of Pow. I'll take a read of it and I'll let you guys know what I think. And then the last 2 books that I got were Roger Zelazny books with the Amber Chronicles. I specifically went and stopped over there at McKay's used bookstore looking for The Hand of Oberon, which is book 4 in the Merlin cycle, which is the first of the first 2 cycles in Chronicles of Amber. I did not find Hand of Oberon, but what I did find were the last 2 books in the Merlin cycle, which are Night of Shadows, and then the last book, which is Prince of Chaos. And that gave me the complete Merlin cycle. Here are the first 3. Trumps of Dune, Sign of Chaos, and Blood of Amber. So now I've got the complete Merlin cycle. So that was good. Speaking of Roger Zelazny, I also own Roger Zelazny's The Lord of Light. This is a standalone novel by Roger Zelazny. It is not. It doesn't have anything to do with the Amber Chronicles. It's the Siddhartha. It's the story of Hindu gods in the far future. In the far future, Earth has been destroyed, and technology allows men to recreate themselves as the Hindu gods. And this is Roger Zelazny's probably his most praised book. This book gets a lot of love. It's held up as a masterpiece of science fiction. They call it the definitely the best of Roger Zelazny's works, and they put it up with a lot of other masterpieces of science fiction. I DNF'd this book. I DNF'd it about a year ago. I got about 100 pages into it, and I knew the criticisms prior to starting it is that the start of the book, it just is really hard to get a grip on what's going on. It doesn't explain what is happening with the plot. It just throws you into the middle of it, and you have these disparate threads that don't seem to be related to each other. And at the start of the novel is very difficult. But if you can make it through the start of the novel and get to the end, that Zelazny takes all these threads and he blends them together to make just a great ending that all comes together and everything gels. And that the confusing start of the book is actually on purpose, but you have to stick with it to get to the payoff at the end. I got 100 pages into it and I couldn't stick with it for the payoff at the end. So I'm gonna suck it up for the good of the channel. I'm gonna go back out. I'm gonna drive through to the end of this thing. I'm gonna Charlie Mike, pardon me, and continue mission and finish off this novel here to see if it actually is the good payoff that everybody says it is. And then I'll let you guys know. And then the final thing with the channel is that by trade, I, Grammaticus, am a knuckle dragger. I'm not a tech guru. And I've been trying to fix slowly the technical issues with the channel, particularly the lighting. I've been having a lot of struggles getting the lighting right. I think I have improved the lighting, but I also think that a lot of my issues with the lighting are stemming from when I upload the videos into my video editor. I think my video editor is actually washing out a lot of the color. So if there's anybody out there who's had experience with video editors that are giving them issues, particularly with washing out color, I would love to hear from you. Put it in the comments below. I'll be forever in your debt. I have updated my video editor. I'm hoping that an update with some new firmware into it and some improvements to the color management will start to take care of that. And my new lighting arrangement here will also help with that. Hopefully, crossing my fingers, knock on wood, but we'll see how it goes. But that's news with the channel update. My next video, this will go up on Monday morning. My next video will go up on Wednesday. I'm thinking of making that one a response to my video on the three-body problem. When I put that video up there, I got a couple of comments from some viewers that were really great comments that brought up some points that I hadn't considered. And there were such good points that I think it deserves a response video to those in order to bring those out and let you guys know some really, really good points that I think I may have missed in my critique. But that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the channel update and you stick with it. And take care, be safe, and hopefully I'll be seeing you all in the future.